support this tremendous reconstruction effort. And I promise you, Senators, that I will do so. Thank you.
Thank you, General Fields. General Fields, I certainly respect your life story and what you have accomplished, and no one, I can speak, I think, confidently for Senator Brown and every other United States Senator, and no one questions your commitment to the United States of America. That is not the question here. The question here is whether or not the important work of the Inspector General in Afghanistan has been fulfilled and completed, especially within the time frames that we are working with because of the contingency operation. You submitted 12 pages of written testimony for this hearing. Less than 1 page of those 12 addressed the serious deficiencies found in your peer review by other Inspector Generals trying to measure the work of your audit agency against the standards that are required in the federal government. You did say in your testimony that the findings have helped you strengthen your organization and that you have now made changes. Let me talk about the law that you are operating under. The law that you are operating under, I'm sure you're aware, requires a comprehensive audit plan. Are you aware of that, General Fields, that the law requires a comprehensive audit plan?
Yes,
and when did you begin work on a comprehensive audit plan?
We began work on a comprehensive audit plan, Senator, when I published the very first report in which it contained our work in advance thereof of how we plan to proceed with this very new organization and oversight entity. In that report delivered to this Congress on the, in that report delivered to this Congress at the end of October of 2008, I laid out exactly, in general, what we would pursue. And I'm pleased to say that at the top of that list is, in fact, contracting. That was followed up with the hiring of Mr. John Brummett as my principal auditor. Someone
when was that hire? When did that hire occur?
That hiring actually occurred the first week of January of 2009. That is when Mr. Brummett actually reported aboard. But we commenced the process of bringing him aboard, of course, much earlier than that. And then And you had been at the agency how long when he actually joined the agency? I had been at the agency
since July of 2008, correct?
That is when I was sworn in, yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Now, in the audit plan that the law requires, and I'm sure that, I hope, the first thing you did was to look at Public Law 110, 181, 122, Statute 235, and look at the statutory requirements of your job. That plan that was required lays out that it must be consistent with the requirements of subsection H, which are the audit requirements that the Congress placed on SIGAR. Are you familiar with the audit requirements in subsection H, General?
In general, yes, I am.
Okay. Could you tell us what those requirements are?
That we would conduct thorough audits of the spending associated with our contribution to reconstruction in Afghanistan.
I'm not trying to play gotcha here, General, but there are 7 requirements in Section H, and I'm going to lay them out for the record. And after I do each one, I would like you to tell me if that has been completed, and if so, when.
Yes, ma'am.
The first one is, these are the things at a minimum you're required to examine as Special Inspector General. The first one is the manner in which contract requirements were developed and contracts or task and delivery orders were awarded. Has that been done by SIGAR? Have you examined contract requirements in Afghanistan and contracts or task and delivery orders, how they were awarded? Has your agency done that at this date?
We have conducted several contract audits. Each of those audits has addressed matters associated with how contracts came about.
How many contract audits have you completed?
We have completed about 4 contract audits.